The Sub-3 Marathon Build Week 3. Before we get started today, I have a very serious issue that I need to address with you guys. Out of everyone watching these videos, over 85% of you guys still aren't subscribed. Like, what are you doing? Am I just background noise? Are you cleaning your apartment? You just throw up some random crap on the TV? Like, I'm not charging money for these. If you could just hit that button. I don't know what I'm doing, but it would mean a lot. And I really appreciate it. All right, now let's get into the running. So Monday we got started with just 9 miles easy, and I actually had a flight to catch. I know, exciting. I'm breaking my routine. I'm not just staying in Nashville. I was going into Seattle for work, which I was very excited about. I always want to get my miles in before a flight. Like, yeah, it can feel good to land and just kind of move around a bit, but it helps me sleep on the flight, which it didn't. I didn't fall asleep on the flight. That's another qualm. This lady was like taking a pull at the armrests. Like, what are we doing here? Okay, anyways, just knocked out those miles nice and easy before I got onto the flight. I was really excited to be in Seattle. For some context, I work as a digital marketing manager for a health and wellness company. A lot of the work I do is with Amazon, and they were kind enough to offer myself and a member of my team 2 free tickets to go to Seattle. I selfishly, I did learn a lot for work, but I was like, Seattle running's really nice. I gotta pitch this to upper management. That was like half of the reason why I wanted to go, if I'm being honest. But no, I did learn a lot. It was a great trip. But yeah, we landed. The hotel was super nice. How about this hotel room though? This is nice. So that's downtown Seattle. We're in a super nice location, right in the heart of Seattle. It was like a half-mile jog to the harbor. Is that what it's called? The market, the Pike Place Market, you know, where the Starbucks is. I had this nice romanticized idea in my head, like, oh man, I'm gonna wake up. It's gonna be 7 miles easy. The sun is gonna rise. And it was not that at all. Full transparency, guys, I do not feel like running right now. I feel like I got a little bit of like a cold or allergies or something, and was traveling all day yesterday, had a few drinks, which I don't normally do. We got here, didn't get the best sleep, but I would be kicking myself if I didn't run, especially in Seattle. If you only did what you wanted to, and if you only showed up when you felt like showing up, then you would never achieve anything great. So it's just part of the block. And I'm sure once I get moving, I'll feel a lot better, and I'll be super excited to be just in a new city and new environment. So see you guys out there.
Wanna get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movies, couple whips and lots of fancy things. The kids they call the Goonies. I see the future, crystal ball, mirror hanging on the wall. Who the fly white boy of the mall? Got your girlfriend screening all the calls. She bubbling, we.
So this morning's run did not go well at all. I've been dealing with this shin pain, and I thought I was finally on the tail end of it, but I guess after those harder efforts last week, it flared up a little bit. I took some ibuprofen for Monday's run, and I try not to do that too much, so I just ran on it today, and it was just like that dull pain the whole time, unfortunately, and I got lost a few times in the streets of Seattle. I'm very directionally challenged, and I had a few drinks last night after we got in, which I don't normally do, but when in Rome or Seattle, you know, have a little bit of fun. I'm currently trying to plan out a better route on Strava. Kind of was buzzed last night and tried to do it on my phone before I went to bed, and then woke up and just was not in the mood. But luckily that was just an easy run. And then the day after that was a big workout. It was a tempo run, 2 miles up, then 4 miles, starting at 6 minutes and 55 seconds a mile and progressing down to 6 minutes and 35 seconds a mile, then followed by a 0.5 mile kind of cool down recovery period, 30 seconds of strides, 60 seconds off times 5, then 2 mile cool down. It was going to come out to about 9 miles of work. And I woke up and I was just feeling super anxious. All right, guys, I just got back from the conference. Didn't do my run this morning. I knew it was going to be a tougher effort, so I wanted to kind of get the head clear, and that I wasn't going to be there all day. And in Seattle, it's been like nice and overcast here, but now the sun has come out, so this should be interesting because I typically run in the morning because I don't like the heat really impacts my workouts, but kind of nervous for this one. But again, I'm not going to bring the camera just because I need to focus on this one, so I'll come back and let you guys know how it goes.
Comfortable alone, I've been gone for so long, ain't nobody you can hear a word. First in the night, looking out of nowhere, words so money hitting nerve. Pain in my eyes, and in time I find I'm stronger than I ever was. Here we go again.
I don't want this content to get in the way of training. And when I'm going into a big session like that, if it's on a track, it's easy because I can just set it up. But this was just 4 miles with no break. It was an interesting one for me because, yeah, I can obviously hit well below a 7-minute a mile pace, but I'm always having a 60 or 90 seconds rest in between. This was 2-mile warm up, head straight into it, no break, just go. The last mile and a half was hurting a lot, but I was like, just get through this. Kind of a mantra I've been saying to myself lately is I didn't come this far just to come this far. I've already done the 2.5 miles of work. I know what it felt like when I gave up in that workout last weekend. Finish it, get it done. I did. I felt super accomplished, and it was just beautiful scenic views. This was the romanticized version of Seattle that I had in my head. And the strides actually felt very easy. I think they were sub 6-minute pace, so definitely had more left in the tank. Was feeling super confident and came back to the hotel just feeling like reinvigorated. So that went really, really well. Definitely got a bit uncomfortable by the end of it. I was running along this path and I didn't think it would end, and I was just gonna keep going. And then it got into this really sketchy truck industrial area, but I just kept booking it. And I got to this rich person marina. I'll try to put it pictures on Google Maps. And I was just hustling through these people in the parking lot, and then it ended, and that was on the last mile, so I had to turn around, and that slowed me down a bit, but I was just booking it to get that last one. I think I closed it in 6:39 instead of 6:35, but definitely was pushing the pace. Overall, was very happy with that though, and glad I knocked it out. A good confidence booster, and the heart rate was pretty low for the cool down miles, and also the surges felt super effortless, so that was great. Gonna head back to Nashville, and I'll see you guys there.
What's up, guys? Good to see you again. The family's been well.
Got hit with the brutal reality slap of the heat. It was 90 degrees. Normally my heart rate would be super elevated in this, but by the end of this run, I was kind of scraping the high 130s, low 140s, and I closed it when I was looking at my watch. The last quarter mile was sub 8-minute a mile pace. So I was like, okay, I'm fit. It's over 90 degrees. The heart rate's staying down, and that was a big confidence booster. Saturday, luckily I got a break from those long run workouts. Those are my least favorite thing. I like the track. I like Wednesday workouts because it's just a little bit of pain. But you get to break it up in between. But these long run workouts, it's either in the middle or at the end of the run, and then you're like, oh shit, I still have to run a lot more. But coach just gave me 15 miles easy. It seems like the way he's been building out the plan is we won't do more than 2 of those back to back in a week. There won't be 3 long run workouts back to back. I think the way I've been following the structure is he's just been breaking it up like that. Did it solo, and it was honestly hard. It's a lot harder for me to do those alone, especially when there's no pacing mixed in because it's so monotonous. But yeah, got it done. And another week down in the books. This is probably the proudest week I had. Hit everything nail on the head. Was super happy with that Seattle run and how I didn't let the shin thing get in my head. Again, thanks for watching. And if you're one of the 86%, especially if you've made it this far, please just hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next week.